Okay, so we're taking a break right now. So as you can see behind me, the wall that you would see in the other videos, which was like raw wood, it's now painted. It's like a green and a brown border. But yeah, I'm gonna do a little rant. You know, I know when Knott's Berry Farm reopened Camp Snoopy, a lot of people were upset. I mean, you know, the stuff that was supposed to be promised to them just wasn't there. But, you know, all excuses aside, you know, budget cuts, the way everything's been running, I mean, like, you know, what are you going to do? Okay, they had to open it because, you know, with camp and stuff like that, usually it's the summer. So you want to bring the crowds in. Yeah, they're going to be disappointed, but you know what? Once they get on the rides and the kids are happy and all that, then, you know, everything's going to be all forgiven and forgotten. I mean, you know, if you look at Toontown over at Disneyland, that didn't open very well. I mean, they opened the ride first and then they had everything blocked off until they were finished. So there you have it on that. I don't know. I'm a fan of Knott's Berry Farm. I'm going to just tell you this right now. You know, back when everything was closed down, who opened up? Who did food festivals? You know, remember these names. Taste of Calico, you know, Taste of Knott's, Taste of Halloween, which was probably like the best food festival ever. I mean, the decorations here were just popping and slamming. And, you know, everybody was having a good time, you know, and now, you know, now that Disneyland and everybody else is open, people kind of forget about Knott's, you know, they don't think Knott's is, you know, up there with the big boys. I think they are. I think they're very innovative and, you know, they basically come up with stuff on the fly. Not many companies can do that. Maybe Universal could probably do that because Universal right now is killing it, man. They're just burying Disney right now. But you know what? All aside, you know, I like Disney. I don't like bashing Disney. I just like bashing Bob Iger because I think the guy's an idiot. And he's just trashing the whole company and the whole name, all in the name of what? What? No. So back to Knott's. You know, I'm not going to ask you guys to give Knott's a break, nothing. I'm giving Knott's a break. I'm giving Knott's a pass because, you know, they came up with something. I mean, like here, you know, Camp Snoopy Acres. They did the best they could. There's supposed to be a theater here. It didn't happen. So what's the best thing that they could do? Let's make a park. I mean, Disneyland did it. No one said anything to Disneyland. I'm telling you. But this is only temporary. The theater's going to be coming. We don't know when. They don't have a set date. You know, it could be budget. Let's just assume it's budget. So now they're going to work on Montezuma, so they're going to get that ready. And then probably by the time they get that ready, they'll probably work on the theater here for Camp Snoopy. You know, the trenches here, they're still dug. They're still there. They're just either covered with dirt or gravel. I heard gravel. So, but you know, the way they did it, you can't even tell. Because they need this area for Scary Farm. I'm going to tell you, there is no place to put the queue line for the chilling chambers, if that's what it's going to be, and where you're going to exit at. You know, I've talked to people about it. They go, oh, they'll just reroute them somewhere else and blah, blah. No, they're not. They're not. You know, that's why they made this camp area, because this is going to become the queue line for the haunt on the other side of that wall. Okay? So, but like I said, I'm not asking you guys to forgive Knott's, you know, for having such a poor opening and poor reception here in Camp Snoopy. But I mean, if you're sitting where I'm sitting, all the benches are taken up. People are enjoying themselves. They got the umbrellas up. Right now there's a nice cool breeze going, you know, and you know, I would say generally people are happy. You know, I'm not interviewing every single one of them and finding out, hey, are you happy about the way? You know, it is what it is, guys. And, you know, I'm just giving not to pass on this. It was probably a poor reception, a poor opening. They could have done better. They could have probably waited a couple more weeks till they got everything up and running. But you know what? They're under pressure. They've got to do it. They've got to open it up because summer is only going to go until August. And then once August hits, all the kids go to school. And then what? You're going to open up Camp Snoopy and have nobody come because all the kids are in school? No, you get everything that you can done, and if something's not ready, you keep working on it and concentrating while the other rides are running. That's what you do. Knott knows what they're doing. I'm sorry. So, like I said, I'm giving them a pass. I'm not asking you guys to give them a pass. You know, you guys can think whatever you want. I'm just saying my opinion and you know, my thing about it is I think Knott did the best they could. They got what they needed, whether it was budget cuts, delays, whatever the reason is, they're not going to say. You know, we could guess and all that, and they're going to say we're all wrong. But they're doing what they can. They're still adding stuff. They're still cleaning stuff up. They're getting the rides fixed so they can, you know, run without any problems. I'd say a lot better than Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Oh, yeah. So, anyway, that's my rant. I believe in Knott. I believe Knott can pull this off and get it all corrected. It's just going to take some time. And, you know, I've got the patience for it. You know, whether you guys do or not, whether you guys want to complain about it, I don't care. I believe in Knott. I believe Knott can just do what they need to do. And, you know, and I bring that thing up when, you know, there was a pandemic, you know, Knott was the one that came through. They gave the food festivals all the way up until they were allowed to open again. And where was Disney? Disney's in the same area and they didn't do anything. They didn't do jack. Okay? But yet when Disney had their own food festival, everybody jumped ship from the Knott thing and then abandoned them. Talk about loyalty. So you kind of know who your real friends are, who your true friends are. You know, if they abandon you for something like shinier, they're not your friends. Knott is like my oldest friend. So I'm going to keep it that. That's why I'm here a lot. I really like it. I love the atmosphere, the people, the team members. You know, they're all great. So anyway, that's my rant. I just wanted to get that off my shoulders because, you know, it just bothered me just seeing some of the videos and people are really unhappy. They're trashing it, saying Knott's just, you know, what were they thinking and blah, blah, blah. So, you know, like I said, I believe in Knott. I believe Knott can, you know, pull this off and correct this. And, you know, it'll just be like another day in the park. All right, guys. Thank you guys for listening.